Hey guys, welcome to Yoga with Jill. I'm so glad that you're here today. Welcome to my little yoga space. As you can see, it's a work in progress. So maybe one day this mural will get finished. But welcome to my yoga class. We're gonna do a gentle yoga today. So you can be beginner, just starting, or never done yoga before, or super advanced. We're gonna have a great class. The first thing I want you to do is get some props. So first thing is a chair. Go get your dining room chair or any kind of wooden chair. You can get a metal chair. Just don't get a chair with wheels or a chair that's too cushiony, because we're gonna do a lot of balance with the chair, and you can also do the warm up in a chair. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. If you're not comfortable sitting on the floor, getting a chair is gonna be key. And yoga blocks. So if you don't have yoga blocks, no big deal, but you should get some if you want to start doing yoga because they are so wonderful. Get yourself a book. Get yourself a big, thick book, 2 of them, and you can use those in the place of yoga blocks if you want. Or you can try to get a laundry jug or something else. Just be creative. Something that's a little bit weighted where you can hold on to it and it's not going to flop over. And the last thing is get yourself a blanket or a thin quilt or a towel, especially if you have low back issues or knee issues. So pause the video, go get those things, and meet me back on the mat. So I'm going to show you how to sit properly in the chair when we do our warm-up. So I want you to only sit halfway in the chair, because when we sit all the way back, we tend to curve the spine. So let's sit halfway. I want you to put your feet firmly on the ground. The knees are directly over the ankle. And I want you to activate your quads a little bit and your legs and tighten your core here. So you're sitting here with intention. You're not just sitting in the chair. We're sitting in the chair and we have our spine strong. So what I never want you to do is to lose the little C curve in the lower back. So there's going to be a few times that I might cue you to circle your back to round the spine. And when I do, yes, I want you to curve. But the whole point here is to keep sitting with intention, keep sitting tall so you don't do this number, okay? And trust me, it's gonna be difficult and we're gonna get through this together. The more you do yoga, the easier it's gonna be for you, I promise. And I'm gonna offer up a chair yoga class, so stay tuned for that. So if you wanna do the warm up in the chair, obviously turn your chair to me so you can see what I'm doing. So get set up for that. If not, just push your chair to the side. And I'm going to offer up some ways to sit on the floor. So you're going to sit crisscross applesauce on the floor. And if you don't know what that means, it means this. Perfect. So again, you can sit on a blanket. If you find that it hurts your lower back, try sitting on your blanket and see how that feels. Again, sitting kind of just halfway on it. And if it still hurts, grab your blocks or your book and see if you can prop your knees up on those and just see what your body's telling you that it likes best. So there's really no right or wrong way. You'll find a lot in my class that there are not a lot of rules here, okay? So don't think that yoga is, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. I'm gonna offer up all kinds of ways for us to be able to do yoga. So when we're sitting in the floor, like I said, if you're uncomfortable, don't worry, just keep crossing your legs. You can maybe get them out a little bit. And if you just are completely uncomfortable, just wait for me to get done with the warm up and then just start the class, okay? But we're gonna try our best to do the warm up because it's so important for us to warm up the spine and the hips and the shoulders and the sides and just really get good and grounded before we begin our class. So let's get started. So first thing we'll do is we will breathe. That's all we're gonna do. It's so easy. So I invite you to put your hands wherever you want. Again, there's no right or wrong way. I like to put my hands on my heart. We're going to take some deep breath. So you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't, I suggest you look down your nose, soften your gaze on something in front of you on the floor. So let's just take some really big inhales and equal exhales. So inhale, exhale. If you find that your shoulders are tense, inhale your shoulders to your ears and exhale them down your back. Get the shoulders away from the ears. Again, inhale. Feel your rib cage expand. Exhale it through the nose. And maybe tighten in your abs as you go down. You can try that. So inhale. Exhale through the nose. Feel the breath go all the way down to the floor. Perfect. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. I invite you to open your eyes if they were closed. And one thing I wanted to tell you about yoga is when we inhale, the belly should go out. So inhale, the belly goes out. Exhale, the belly comes in. Now, if you're a woman, you might not understand that because as women, we've always been taught to suck it in, suck it in. So with yoga, you can I just want to put that in your mind because I had to learn that, I was like, oh, this is weird and this is new. So when I tell you to inhale, big inhales, you should feel the rise of your belly. And the exhale, you should feel it deflate. So that's just something to think about. I'm going to offer up all kinds of tips. That's why I'm so passionate about teaching yoga is before I took yoga training, no one was telling me that I was doing things wrong or giving me these wonderful cues. So anyway, I hope you enjoy them. So let's get settled in. Let's fluff our pillows again, sit good and grounded. And we're just going to start shoulder rolls. So you're just going to make circles with your shoulders. Breathe. Going to go slow as you want. You don't have to move your hands like I do, but I always move my hands. Again, there's no rules. Okay, now we're going to reverse the circle. Breathe. I'm always going to cue you to breathe. So just breathe. All right, perfect. Now let's make some hip circles. So what we're going to do is, you stay there. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I mean. So we're going to lead with the chest. And then I want you to curve the spine, round the spine. Exhale. Round the spine. So leading with the chest, breathe. And then on the exhale, curve the spine. So we're just getting some movement here, right? In the hips and the spine. Now you can do this in a chair, remember? So if you feel uncomfortable, get in your chair. Oh, keep rolling. One more. Perfect. All right, let's come back to center. Great. We're going to inhale, arms up. Stop here, and we're going to circle the wrist down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And circle the wrist the opposite way, if you remember. Great. Inhale, arms up. We're going to drop that right hand, or it could be your left hand if you're going to mirror me. So just breathe. Just getting a side stretch here, so you can bounce here, or you can just stay here. But what I don't want to happen is you to do this. So kind of open up that rib cage. Yeah, breathe. Okay, inhale, arms back up. And the other side. And always remember, you might not look like me. You might be more advanced than me. So You do whatever you feel comfortable. Breathe. But I'm going to try to offer up ways for you to be doing it properly so you don't get hurt. All right, perfect. Come back to center. We're going to inhale, arms up again. And we're just going to do a torso twist to the right. Breathe here. So we're still sitting tall. Sit tall. Just try to open the chest, twisting the torso. Breathe. Okay. Inhale, arms back up, and other side. Breathe. Again, don't push yourself. You just do whatever you feel comfortable. All right, we'll come back to center. All right, let's do some neck work. Let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. Good deal. Breathe. So shoulders are going to work towards eye level here. So they're going to want to move. So just try to be mindful of that. Breathe. All right, we're going to tuck the chin and we're going to roll to the other side. Breathe. Again, your shoulders are going to want to move. Breathe. All right, roll it back. Perfect. This time we're going to extend that left arm, thumb down. Reach through the fingertips. Breathe. All right, bring the hand in, curl it back. And then extend the right arm. Breathe. Reaching through the fingers. All right, come back to center. We'll take our gaze to the right. Breathe. Take our gaze to the left. Breathe. We'll look straight, look up, and we'll look down. All right, we'll come back to center. And now we're going to inhale, arms up. Palms together this time. Exhale it down. All right, this is a little tricky. It's called upper torso twist. So what's going to happen here is we're just going to twist the upper torso to the right. So in order to do that, I want you to tighten the lower abs a little and really ground down on this left sit bone or the opposite sit bone where you're twisting. So big inhale, exhale, twisting the upper torso to the right. So kind of tighten these, keep these abs a little soft, right? So they're going this way. Breathe. Breathe. Only take your gaze as far as your fingers too. You don't want to strain. So breathe. Push down on that left sit bone. All right, come back to center. Do the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Upper torso twist to the left. Breathe. All right, come back to center. Perfect. Now we're just going to open and shut our hands. I love to do this every time. But I always love to do our hands and our wrist work and our ankles and our toes. Perfect. With that said, we'll do our toes and our ankles. So you can cross your leg over and do ankle circles, or you can just let them hover, whatever you feel like doing today. So I'm going to cross mine over. Big or small circles, whatever you feel like. This is the part where it's going to say snap, crackle, pop, and that's okay. Breathe. Reverse the circle. All right, other side. Breathe. And reverse. All right, and now we're gonna just open and close our toes. So I want you to open your toes, spread them out really tight, and then squeeze them in. Inhale, spread them out, exhale, squeeze them. One more time, Squeeze them. All right, perfect. So when we do yoga, I really want you to think about grounding down on the feet. So imagine that you have 4 corners on your feet, 2 here, 2 here. And a lot of times I'm going to cue you to pick up your toes, spread them out, and put them back down. Same thing with the palms. We really want to push through our palms. We don't want to put a lot of weight on our fingers or our toes. So I'm going to sometimes cue you to pick up your fingers, and then put them back down. So mindful of that. So, all right, let's get hands and knees. And if you have weak knees, you can always double up your mat, or you can use your blanket. We'll do that. And we're just going to get on hands and knees. So what that means is knees are under the hips, and then wrists are under the shoulders. We just have a neutral spine here. We're going to inhale for cat. So cat is tucking the tailbone and arching the back. All right, exhale it. We're going to do cow. So cow is where you're essentially dumping the udders, making a big U shape with the spine. Again, inhale, tuck the tailbone, drop the head and neck, push through the palms here. Exhale, cow pose. All right, and I like to find something called a little wag dog here, which is just shaking the hips back and forth. Inhale, tuck the tailbone for cat. Exhale for cow. Wag dog. One more time. Inhale for cat. Exhaling it for cow. Perfect. All right. We're going to come back to neutral spine. So we're still here. If anytime your wrists start hurting, you can make a fist. Or you can just take a break. So stay here. Breathe. You can always shake them out. All right. Inhale, we're going to extend that left leg back. We're going to activate that leg. We're going to flex the foot, push through the heel. Breathe. Hips are level here. Breathe. Tighten the abs. This can be enough for you. If you want to take it extra, extend the right arm out. Hold on to your chair if you need to. Breathe. Reaching through the fingertips. Pushing through the heel. Breathe. All right, bring it back in. Shake it out if you need to. We'll do the other side. All right, inhale, right leg goes out. Activate the leg, activate the quad, tighten the bottom. Activate your core. Extend the left hand if it's available. If not, just stay here. Breathe. You can always lower the foot if that's too much. So you just listen to your body. Breathe. Tighten the abs. You got this. All right, bring it in. Shake it out. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to just sit like to child's pose. So I like to do wide-legged child's pose. You open up your knees, toes together. You can put the hands down and then lower down. Forehead goes to the mat. Now, if that doesn't happen for you, no big deal. You get your block or a pillow and you lower it like this. What I don't want you to do is to round your spine. So leading with the chest, go down. Deep breaths here. Big, deep breaths. All right, we're gonna come back out to hands and knees. We're gonna do something called thread the needle, if you're not familiar with it. Put your block here in the middle to try your block out or your book. We're gonna come back to hands and knees. We're gonna inhale, that right hand is gonna go out. Exhale, we're gonna thread it through. We're gonna drop the shoulder and the ear to the mat or your block, like me. Breathe. All right, inhale, come back up. Do the other side. Inhale, left arm goes out. Thread it through. Shoulder and ear, go to the mat or your block. Breathe. Breathe. All right, come back up, push up. Nice. All right, one more time to sit back for child's pose. So, wild-legged child's pose. Sit back, take some deep breaths. Circle your wrist if you need to. All right, we're gonna push our way back up to hands and knees. I'm not gonna move my knees because we're gonna do a side stretch. I'm gonna take the hands to the right of the mat, maybe up, and then sit back for a side stretch, child's pose. Deep breaths. All right, push your way up, and we're gonna go to the center and go to the left. Sit back. All right, now again, we're gonna come back up to hands and knees. We're gonna get ready for down dog. So, hands and knees, tuck our toes. We're gonna inhale. On the exhale, push the hips up and back. We're making an upside down V with the ball. Breathe. Start walking your dog. That just means pedaling your feet. Breathe. A gentle shake of the head, yes or no, if that feels good. Just figure out what feels good for you. Breathe. Always have a generous bend in your knees, because when you straighten your legs, you might put a lot of pressure on that lower back, so always have a bend in the knees. Perfect. All right, we're gonna come back to hands and knees, and we are gonna bring that right foot forward. So, this is where you're gonna get your props. Get your blocks, or have your chair handy. So again, the knee is over the ankle like so. It's not here, push it back here, okay? Great opportunity to pick the toes up, spread them out, put them back down. All right, before we even come up, I want you to push down on the foot. I want you to push down on the top of this back foot, and I want you to think about squeezing it all in. We're gonna inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Breathe. Tighten the abs. Breathe. Stay here. Push down on the front foot. All right, let's come down. Perfect. All right, take that block or your right hand and place it beside the left big toe. We're gonna take that right hand, put it on the hip, and before we even twist open, we're gonna twist open torso, but I want you to think about squeezing this in. So inhale, exhale, just twist the torso. Now this leg's gonna wanna move. Keep it straight, keep it straight. You're just opening your chest here. Breathe. If you want to, you can extend the arm. If you find it's a little jammed up, what you can do is go inhale this way, and then exhale, open it up. Breathe. Again, your knee's gonna wanna move. Squeeze it in. Breathe. All right, come back down. Great job. All right, now we're just gonna find plank. So whatever that looks like for you, regular plank, knee plank, elbow plank, whatever plank you're comfortable with. So I'm gonna do a regular plank today. Breathe. So activate all your muscles. When you do a plank, you activate all your muscles, even if you're here. So activate your quads, core, arms, bottom. Breathe. Breathe. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna squeeze the elbows in and lower down as gracefully as we can. It's usually more like a plop, but that's okay. All right, now we're gonna come up for up dog or baby cobra. So up dog is just like this. Up dog, perfect. Breathe. I'm gonna show you what baby cobra is. So if you're down here, take your hands to your chest, squeeze the elbows in, and just come up a little bit. We're just trying to find a little back bend here. So breathe. Breathe. All right, now we're gonna push back the child's pose. Let's take a rest here. I'm gonna move my blanket out of the way. All right, take a breath here. Circle your wrist if you need to. Relax your face. Just take a breath here. And I always want you to think about child's pose. If I'm doing a pose that you don't feel comfortable with, or you're just really tired today, just sit back to child's pose. No big deal. Okay? Breathe. All right, let's get up and do our next down dog. So back at hands and knees. Tuck our toes. Inhale. Exhale. Push the hips up and back. Start walking the dog. I like to get a little wider in my down dog once I get up because I have longer legs. So you just play around with it and see what works for you. Breathe. Shake head yes or no. That feels good. Zero spin in the knees. Push through the palms, creating space in the spine. All right, lower down to hands and knees. Great, now bring that left knee up. Perfect. Grab your blocks if you need to, or your book. All right, remember we're gonna come up, so squeeze it all in. Push down through that front foot. Inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Breathe. Breathe. Remember to push down on the top of that back foot if you're getting wobbly. Breathe. Tighten your core. You got this. All right, we're going to come down. Great. All right, again, we're going to take the block beside the big toe or even your hand. So I'm going to do my hand so you can see. You can do something called cupcake hand or just put your palm flat. Left hand goes on the hip. Inhale. Exhale, twist open to the other side. Again, mindful of that knee, so squeeze in the hip. Breathe. Push down on that front foot. Extend the arm if you feel like it. If you don't, no worries. Breathe. Breathe. All right, untwist it and come back down. Perfect. Find your plank. So I'm gonna do regular plank here. Breathe. Tighten your legs. Tighten your abs. Tighten the side abs. Breathe. Strong arms. You got this. Breathe. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna lower down. So if that means to drop your knees and then lower down, do that. All right, and push up for up dog. Perfect. Up dog, I want you to get your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Breathe. All right, push back for child's pose. Another trick in child's pose is to just grab your elbows and rest your forehead on your forearms. Breathe. All right, now we're gonna do our last down dog, so let's make it good. We are gonna do hands and knees, tuck our toes. Inhale, exhale, push the hips up and back. Start walking the dog. Breathe. Down dog is a difficult pose, so I promise this is gonna get easier. Breathe. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna walk hands and feet together. All right, so feet are gonna be hip distance apart. Stay here. Use your chair if you need to. Generous bend in the knees. You can lock elbows here, and we can do something called a ragdoll hang if that feels comfortable. If not, just stay with your chair or balance with your blocks. Okay, breathe. When you're ready, we're going to inhale and come up. So if that means keeping your knees bent, do that. And inhale, arms out. Out, palms together. Exhale, it down. All right, wonderful. All right, this is the part of class where I just say, shake it out. Shake it out. All right, so now we are going to do something called wide-legged forward fold. So I'm going to show you with the chair. And since it's clear, it's perfect. All right, put your blocks down in front of you. We're gonna step or hop our feet as wide as we feel comfortable. So step or hop your feet. Actually, I'm gonna show you sideways because I want you to show you what we're gonna do with our back. So, all right, so toes are working towards parallel, right? We're gonna inhale. We're gonna hinge at the hip crease. We're not hinging at the waist. So I don't want you to curve your lower back. So we're gonna inhale. Exhale, bottom goes in the air, chest goes forward. All right, now grab your chair, breathe. Once you get down there, you might get a little bit wider. Breathe. Push down on the forward corners of the feet. Great opportunity here to pick up the toes, spread them out, put them back down. Breathe. Leading with the chest always. Leading with the chest. Breathe. All right, we're going to inhale and come up. So if that looks like scooching your legs together, come up. So beautiful. All right, so let's get back. Let's get your block here if you want it. Let's get back in wide-legged forward fold, or maybe you don't get out. All right, wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna take those left toes, pick them up, point them towards the top of the mat. Great. We're gonna bend that knee, and arms are gonna go out for warrior two. So knee is directly under the ankle. It's not here, it's here. All right, so you've got to externally rotate this hip open to bend the knee, and the kneecap is gonna go in the direction of the second, third, fourth toes. So look down and make that happen. Make that magic happen. You have to squeeze that left thigh, that left booty. So you're gonna have to work here. So breathe. Take your gaze over your left hand. Breathe. Tighten the core. Activate this leg. Breathe. All right, let's flip this hand up. We're gonna go peaceful warrior. Let the shoulder go down. Let this arm go down. Breathe. Breathe. All right, come back to warrior two. Great, now that knee's gonna wanna move, so keep squeezing, keep it open. All right, we're gonna go down here. We're gonna flip this palm up, and we're just gonna come over with our stretch. Now I'm gonna kind of go over this way, but you don't have to come that far, so you can just put your hand like this. You can also just put your hand on your hip. Breathe. But strong legs, I want you to have strong legs, always. Strong legs, breathe. All right, now we're gonna come back to warrior two. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna do something called triangle. So you can keep your knee bent if you want to, or I want you to straighten this front leg, but before you do that, make sure that kneecap is going over the second, third, fourth toe, and when it does, straighten the leg, activate the quad, breathe. All right, so inhale, we're gonna reach with the torso, and then we're just gonna twist open. Grab your block, breathe. Squeeze all the backside in, okay? Don't let your hips move. You got this. Breathe. If your knee's bent, it's gonna look like this. Breathe. All right, imagine there's a ring there. Oh, use your abs and pull up. Perfect. All right, shake it out, girl, boy. Shake it out. All right, now let's do another wide-legged forward fold. This time I'm gonna do the blocks. All right, hop your feet out. Step them out as wide as they can get or you feel comfortable with. Toes are working towards parallel. Push down on that pinky side of the foot. Great. Figure out what you want to do with your hands. I tell people externally rotate the shoulders and just hold them like this. Interlace them. If you're feeling fancy, do that. Inhale. Exhale, leading with the chest. Bottom in the air. Down, down, down. All right, now grab your block. Grab your chair. Grab the floor. Whatever you want to do. It's your practice. Breathe. Again, you might not look like me. Hey, you might be on the floor doing a full split. I don't know, but you do you. Breathe. Breathe. All right, and inhale and come up. Bend the knees, come up. Perfect. All right, warrior two on the other side. So pick up the right toes, point them towards this way. Now bend that knee. So look, bend the knee, but externally rotate that hip to get the beautiful alignment of warrior two. Knee, ankle, and then kneecap going over the second, third, fourth toe. Beautiful. Take your gaze over your right hand. Breathe. So when you're here, I'm always going to say, do your work. What that means is start to activate your muscles. So activate your quad, squeeze the back, push down through the feet. Breathe. Even activate your arms. Breathe. Activate the core. Most important, if we build our core strength, we're going to have less back pain. So remember that. Breathe. All right, flip that right palm up and let's do peaceful warrior. So we're stretching here, reaching up. The shoulder's going to go down and then the hand's going to go down the left leg. Breathe. Breathe. You're still working on your legs though, so it does not be hard. Breathe. All right, come back to warrior two. Perfect. All right, let's go down here. And then flip the palm up and over. Side stretch. Now you can be like this, you can be like this. You can have your hand on your hip, like I said. Whatever you feel like you want to do. Breathe. Push down the pinky side of that back foot. Push through this front foot. Breathe. All right, inhale and come up. Perfect. Now we're going to do triangle pose again. So again, you can keep your knee bent. But if you want to straighten it, check the knee alignment. Straighten it. Activate the quad. Inhale. You're going to reach. Do not move your hips. And you're going to open up. Perfect. Stay here. Breathe. Breathe. Squeeze. You got it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right, grab that ring, inhale and come up. Perfect. All right, let's shake that out. Shake it out. So, let's do some hip circles here. I call this wash machine. Hip circles, reverse it. So if you have any injuries and you start to feel some sharp pains, just, come out of the pose. Shake it out a little bit. Just do something else. Come back to hands and knees, go down to child's pose. Just listen to your body, okay? Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna do chair pose. Not chair pose. Now we're gonna do tree pose. So get your chair if you want. So I said chair pose. All right, For tree pose, we are hip distance apart in the mountain pose. So this is mountain pose, easy peasy. Great opportunity to pick the toes up, spread them out, then put it back down. Great, beautiful. Get the shoulders down your back, away from your ears. Breathe. All right, we're gonna shift our weight to the left leg or the right, depending on how you're doing this. Shift your weight, grab your chair. Activate this leg, and then tighten your core. Open this hip up, so externally rotate that hip open. So in order for that to happen, you gotta squeeze that booty. Breathe. Rest your heel above your ankle. Spread your toes out on the floor. Hands to heart center if you want. Breathe. This is tree. This is enough. The hip opener and the balance is enough. So don't think you ever have to do anything besides this, because this is beautiful and this is enough. Stay here. You can use a wall. Breathe. You can put your arms out if you want. Tighten the core. Breathe. All right, shake it out. Shake it out. So I have an old neck injury and I have an old MCL injury, so I know all about injuries. All right, so I'm gonna move my chair over. We'll do tree on the other side. So get set up in your mountain pose, your strong mountain. Breathe. All right, shift your weight to your right leg. Externally rotate this hip open. Bring the foot in. Just rest it right above the ankle. Squeeze this left booty so you can get this hip open. That knee is going towards this way. It's working towards facing this way. Now, if it's here, you notice that your hips are tight. That's okay. The more we do yoga, the opener your hips are going to get. Excuse me. Don't know if that's a proper grammar, opener, but that's what we're doing. We're going to open the hips up. We're going to stretch the hamstrings. We're going to tighten the core. We're going to protect the back. Breathe. Hands to heart center if you want. Tighten the core. Breathe. You're squeezing. You're working. You're a beautiful tree. You may sway side to side. Beautiful. Breathe. All right, shake it out. Yay, shake it out. Perfect. All right. Now, move your chair out of the way. We're gonna get down on the floor. All right. So, we're gonna get here. What I want you to do, I'm gonna get sideways so you can see me better. I'm just gonna put your legs in front of you like this. We're gonna bend that right knee. Great. We're gonna hug it in. Breathe. We're gonna take this left arm and we're gonna anchor it here. We're gonna curve, we're gonna hug. We're gonna inhale the right arm up and we're gonna twist the torso to the right. Breathe. 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 All right, we're gonna come back to center. Perfect. All right, straighten the legs out and give them a shake. All right, do the other side. So knee comes in, squeeze it, stay here for a minute. We're gonna get this right hand, we're gonna try to squeeze that knee. We're gonna open up, inhale, and twist the torso to the left. Breathe. Breathe. All right, we're gonna come back to center. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna face you. We're gonna crisscross applesauce now. We're gonna inhale, arms up, and we're gonna drop that right elbow. And you're just gonna grab it here, and you're just gonna sort of pull it back. Breathe. Breathe. All right, inhale, arms up. Do the other side. So drop the left elbow and pull on it gently, pull back, breathe. All right, let's just roll the wrist down. All right, give her shoulders some rolls. Shake that out, reverse. All right, perfect. Now we are going to lie down on our mat. We're gonna bend the knees, like so. I want the arms to go out to a T, palms up, feet are hip distance apart. You can actually get them wider if you want, but we're gonna do something called Windshield Wipers. So we're just dropping the knees to the right. Inhale them up and drop them to the left. So I want you to do this at your own pace. Just make sure you add your breath in there. Inhale, exhale. You can also add a neck movement. So when the knees go to the right, the head goes to the left. And when the knees go to the left, the head goes to the right. So breathe. Keep it going. One more time. All right, perfect. Now we're going to do something called figure 4 stretch. So same thing. We are going to cross the leg over, just like we're sitting in a chair. Now I want you to take your hand and push your knee away. Breathe. I want you to flex this foot. Breathe. Now this is a sciatica stretch, so this is amazing for the lower back. If this is a little, not much for you, you want to go further, we can curl the tailbone and you can grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin. Breathe. Flex the feet. Breathe. I want you to be mindful of your neck here, because when we're on our mat and when you're lying down, your neck is going to want to strain. So really try to relax your neck and your shoulders. I like to take my hand and push this knee away. Breathe. Breathe. All right, release that. Take it back down. And do the other side. So cross over this leg, push the knee away. Beautiful. That might be enough for you. But if it's not enough, curl the tailbone. Grab the back of the thigh, top of the shin. Breathe. Breathe. All right, release that. Perfect. Now we're going to do something called Happy Baby, and you'll be familiar with this if you have babies. So we're going to bend our knees in, we're going to hug them, we're going to gently rock side to side. And then we're just going to spread our hips out, and we're going to bring our feet up in the air like a baby would. So when you're here, just grab your pants leg or your ankles or your thighs, and we're just going to rock gently side to side. And you can sort of tug a little bit as you go down. This is just a hip opener. It's not the most flattering pose in the world, I know, but it's really good hip opener. So be kind to yourself and others when you see them doing this. Breathe. If it's available, you can grab your toes. Breathe. Mindful of the neck. All right, knees together, hugging in a little bit. Great. All right, drop it down. And now we are going to do bridge pose. So I'm going to show you with a block how you can do your bridge. So bridge pose is just, we're finding a little back bend here. So feet are hip distance apart. We are going to inhale. We're going to push the hips up to the ceiling. So you can grab your block or your books, and then you can rest your block underneath your pelvis, just like this. You can stay here. Breathe. But if you want to take it further, take your heels, push them as close as you can get them to your bottom. You can grab your mat. You can inhale. You're going to push through the feet. You're going to push the hips up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Mindful of the knees. They're going to want to come out, so squeeze them in. Breathe. If you're familiar with this pose and you want to open your chest a little bit more, you get your shoulders underneath your chest. Breathe. Breathe. All right, we can lower that down gently. All right, let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Push the hips up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Stay here. Tighten the core. You're squeezing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe. Push through the arms. Open the chest. Get the shoulders underneath. Squeeze. All right, we're lower down. Perfect. All right, my friends, now we're at the end of class, so we are going to do Shavasana, which if you've never done Shavasana, I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to give you some cues. So we're just going to lie down on our mat. Feels nice. So lie down on your mat as you would normally would. Do a body scan, check your body if you need to do any other pose or any other stretch before we relax. Go ahead and do that. A lot of times I just like to shake it out. So when we lie down, if it hurts your lower back to lie straight like this, you might want to just put your legs in a chair, or you can put a pillow underneath your knees. You can figure it out. So just lie down like you normally would in the bed. I want you to externally rotate your shoulder open. Palms are up to the ceiling. Breathe. So I want you to close your eyes here. This is usually the part of class where they play really soft music and we just relax. But since this is the first class, I want you to just relax. I'm going to talk you through some relaxation cues. Breathe. So I invite you to close your eyes. Just let your body fully melt into the ground. Let's start with the toes. Let's relax the toes. Relax the feet. We're just going to go back to a normal breath here. We're going to come up through the legs. Relax your legs. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Relax your hips. Relax your torso. Relax the chest. Bring awareness to your fingers. Relax your fingers and hands and your arms. Breathe. Bring awareness to your face. Separate your teeth. Unclench your jaw. Relax your mouth. Take the tongue to the back of the throat. So if it's pressing up against something, just take it off. Relax your whole face. Let your eyelids become really heavy. Same thing with your brain. Just try to shut it off. Tell it to please shut off. We're just going to try to be here now, be in the moment. Give yourself permission to breathe and just be fully relaxed here. So I invite you to listen to some sounds that are far away right now. Maybe there's a clock. Maybe you can hear some traffic outside. Maybe you can even hear the rustle of some squirrels or some birds. Just breathe. You can also take this time to think about a prayer or a mantra, or you can even pray for a person, or just think about their name. It could be just something that you need to work on. I'll give you an example. For me, sometimes I like to think about forgiveness. Forgiveness for myself. And forgiveness for others. Breathe. Keep breathing. Keep trying to relax. Come back to the breath. Come back to the sounds. If you feel your mind wandering about something. Breathe. When you're ready, we're going to start to wiggle our toes and wiggle our fingers. Just let the body know we're going to wake up. Take your time, but we're just going to bend our knees when you're ready. And then you're just going to roll over to the right side and stay there for a moment. Maybe you give yourself a hug and thank yourself for showing up today. When you're ready, we're going to push our way back up to sitting. I'm sorry, it's kind of gotten dark on us. Breathe. All right, come back to sitting. We're going to end with a big breath together. So inhale, arms up. Palms together, exhale it down. And I always end the class with namaste, which just means the light in me recognizes the light in you. So whatever that light is, I recognize it. It's beautiful, you're beautiful, and I appreciate you showing up today. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.